dropping into
Into a bus stop. You mean when I sort of stacked it into a bus stop?
Yeah.
I still got like quite a big count on that.
I didn't even realize. Yeah. Yeah. Should we stream it on Grace's phone? Grace's eyes.
So have they found where they found
Is he far away? Sorry, guys. Okay. I was thinking about going via this music machine shop. Taking up this plan of that's a treat, isn't it? It's a nice thing to do, just to leave you. Oh my God, yeah, so good. I didn't get the green one, but mine's not vegetable, it's not vegetable, but it's really works, it's really fast.
I didn't realise it was yeah.
Like, this is not going to work. Everything, like chopping everything. People washing up.
Right.
Yeah. Nutrition. Yeah. I made a tray bake as well. Let's try it tray bake. Really? Because I've got loads of, I don't want to do with. Also, I started adding it to all my roast vegetables with sweet
They've all gone.
Except
They were
So I put it in banana bread, it's fast. Yeah. And then it's ground up with sugar. Yes. Like a savory bread, sugar with sweet. I have piano, but I think it's phonics. You can kind of bit like. It's just like one thing. I'm not doing a piano at 35. I sometimes do a bit of rubato there and then pick up.
It's not easy also to just previously, which is going to hold the
No, it's not that.
Does this work now? Do we have any sound? Do we have any sound? Are we on now? Yeah, okay. Yeah, do we have any sound? Right. Oh, now they're going there to check, like we did before. Guys, I'm so sorry. Never been so red before in my life, I think. Oh, really? Oh, absolutely. Oh, great. Yeah, thank you. Are we? So, thank you all for watching tonight. I believe you can hear me now. If so, can you please send some more phone messages? I've never had so many phone messages in my life. Can somebody send me a message? Oh, hi to Sally's dad. So, right. So when can I start? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dear people, thank you so much that you're still with us. This is the nightmare, of course, of anything that can happen. Yeah. So if you use the live stream, oh, maybe we can write a little note. Oh, great. We're on. Wonderful. Welcome. Now, it's so wonderful that you're still with us. Thank you. Yeah. So
you tell me what's on the screen right now? Text them with the new. Okay. Can you click on the new link?
I feel like reading a very different story.
Where's the new link?
Oh, apparently you can hear me now, even in the Netherlands. So, guys, shall we get back again? Can you see me as well? Can somebody tell me if there's a visual as well?
Yeah, common ground, that's it.
Great. Thank you, Seb. Really helpful. Okay, so I think we can start again. Oh, we cannot. Sorry. I have two friends now saying that they see me and they hear me. Sorry, there's a bit of confusion going on. Now, for those who can hear me, very welcome. Thank you that you're staying with us. That's great. We just had a most wonderful piece of Mozart, our bow quartet. And I hope maybe these guys would like to perform it again at some point when we're really sure that everybody can listen and see us as well. Basically, what we've done, we've gone back to a different streaming, and so we're now apparently not on the streaming that was supposed to be tonight when we couldn't get any sound. Welcome at Living Well. I suppose this is what we do at Living Well. You know, you never know what's happening. We are a community in South London with many people who care for each other, not only financially, but also in terms of finding each other homes, giving food to one another. But we also share very much the creative life together. And we do that especially on Thursday evenings. Unfortunately, that couldn't happen during lockdown. But on Thursday evenings, we are a community that share life together, that have coffee together, that sing together, and we also share stories. And we would love to try to do that even live this way, although it's very different also tonight. Now, when we do that on Thursdays, I personally see suddenly that actually we are not known for just the challenges in life that we face, but what I find phenomenal about sharing the creative life together at Blend is that we share the gifts together that we have, musical gifts, but also gifts of poetry, prose, other forms of art. And that has really kept us going, even during lockdown. Although we are scattered now and we can't all come to one place here at Living Well, we still hold each other up over the phone. We try to meet up individually. And so we try to make the most even of these times of restrictions. Now, in this time of restrictions, we also keep our Fridays when we have a long queue of people around this building, and we still have food. 100 of us have food together. Although not around a table, we still have a small sense of community that way. But the great thing was that at some point in May, we have taken the piano out and now share music on the street. And it's almost as if our community has enlarged by all these people on the street joining in with us, being so encouraging towards us, but also knowing the gift of music as something so giving so much pleasure even now. Music, a gift that brings togetherness, but also healing. And it brings me to the point that I think, well, in some ways, I can understand that we focus on the economy, that we focus on our healthcare system, which is hugely under pressure. But what about our cultural life? Sometimes I think that is largely overlooked. And it is worrying me that I think, well, what about the next generation? How will they be fed by what is our cultural heritage? And so we are really, really grateful for Sally to have come so often to play the violin as we were outside. And now she's brought a bunch of friends with her. And we will enjoy, hopefully with sound now, their first piece, an oboe quartet by Mozart. Wow, and these are just musicians down the road. That's incredible. Thank you. really awkward not to hear any applause, but maybe, you're applauding back home, I don't know. Now, if you're here on a Thursday, there's also a couple called Richard and Sue, and they're like our mum and dad. And we hope that you would love to watch other clips, in the future about Blend. We're working on a Blend blog, and one of the things that you will hear is Richard reciting George Herbert. And the great thing about Richard and Sue has been that though they have been self-isolating, they have kept encouraging us by sending their clips of singing in the garden, singing their worship songs, singing their folk songs. And we also have a clip of Richard reading out Love Bade Me Welcome. And there's something so special about that poem, because it says that love says, you can sit down. And I think it captures what, at Living Well, we try to say to each other. You can sit down. There is a place for all of us around the table. You can leave out the shame, can leave out what you feel bad about. But as soon as you come here, there's a place for each of us to sit around the table. When you come in at Living Well, you come to the welcome desk. And I call it the Living Welcome desk, because there's Pauline usually. And she has wonderful conversations with people. Now, of course, those conversations I don't know in detail about, but she has captured in a wonderful poem or a story what it means for her to welcome so many people, and in the depth of it all, to find that sense that we are not a service, but that we are a community, that there's brother and sisterhood here. And although I can't read it as well as she can, I would love to read it on her behalf. Welcome. Today, the queue is long. Nothing unusual to catch the eye and mind. An open door, familiar faces, a few strangers standing alone, welcomed in, one and all. How's your week gone? Sometimes a smiled reply, not too bad. How's your week gone? Not too bad, thank you for asking. Someone says, can I speak to you? Use a telephone. I've had from the council. I'm sanctioned. I miss my appointment. I'm ill. I have no money, nowhere to sleep. The winter hostel is closed. I'm sleeping in the car park. I need food. So many. Someone asks, advocacy, please. Forms to fill in, letters to write, problems to meet, immigration, universal credit, benefit changes, evictions, sanctions, abuse, sleeping rough, sofa surfing, bailiffs, landlords, travel cards. Someone receives support, comfort, companionship, laughter, teas and coffee served with friendship, a home-cooked meal, a food bank bag, a shower, a change of clothes, use of a washing machine, a listening ear. Someone hears stories, survival and desperation, struggle, support, inspiration. He came in last. Staring across the filling space, he had yet to believe there was a place where his rights, his needs would be heard. The wrecking ball of addiction smashed into every tremble, blinding his downcast, shuttered eyes, life trashed. Someone told me to come. The most difficult step is the first step. The queue had gone. He smiled as he left. "What is your name?" "Mine is..." He put out his hand, and in the touch, 2 journeys met, joined in brother and sisterhood. There is a place, if we look hard enough, where we are welcomed in, one and all, to reclaim our lives, steel enters the soul. We love to listen to the next piece, and Fraser will introduce it.
Hello, everybody. So my name's Fraser, and as you can see, I play the bassoon, and I just live across the park from this church. And in the first lockdown, it was a building that I walked past every day when I was allowed on my one daily exercise in my route circular in this area. So it was wonderful to step inside, and it's amazing that Sally has organised this concert this evening. What you can't probably see is there are other people in the room and a sort of team beavering around helping us, so thanks very much to them. I'm just going to play with Sally, Trina and Naomi a piece which I think is very, very characterful and really sort of displays that nature of the bassoon, the fun and singing nature of the bassoon. It's by a Czech composer called Kromer, who lived around the same time as Beethoven. In this piece of music, we're not going to play the whole piece, we're going to play the first movement and the last movement, so there's 2 sections we're going to play for you. And it was written in 1804, which is exactly the same year, to sort of put you in the picture, that Napoleon was made ruler of France. So it was an awful long time ago, of course. But I hope you enjoy this piece for bassoon and strings by Kromer.
What is such a shame, I think, as a group of men artists, still, you will be amazed, you know, in our community, we still share so much together, we do well. And we would love to share with you more than what you could say on YouTube, YouTube pages of you, and share our music and so please watch that space. And also tomorrow, when you tune in us, we will speak a bit more about roots and garments, like root poetry and garments. But just two examples of artists who make such beautiful work that don't only put it on their own, but really share it with the community. And it really gives up in this time of lockdown and this year. And I think that's what living well is. Life can be tough, but we also can help each other to keep going and use the arts as such an important. Now, we would love to hear our next piece, and
Hi everyone. First of all, you may notice. You may notice Fraser's reappeared with a violin, and when he did that in rehearsal earlier, I thought, is there anything he can't do? So this next piece is by Albinoni, Antonio Albinoni. He was active in Venice. Most of his work is lost. He just left behind a few little pieces that have now become really famous. And I'm sure a lot of you will recognize this instantly. It's a really core piece of the Oboe's repertoire. I'm really looking forward to playing it after we've tuned.
This is our first big event since the lockdown. And also at Living Well, and maybe you recognize this at home, we have sensed a certain sense of loss. During lockdown, Jean Massetti passed away, and we miss her so much. It was very unexpected for some of us also because it was so hard to stay in touch. Jean was there from the beginning, and if you would ask her, she would tell you how it all started, Living Well, just around a few tables, all around the table, eating together. Jean was such an inspiring person, and for many of us, each in their own way. I remember running around quite a lot, and then Jean would ask me, "Did you have food?" Or we would hear that she would lift our hats from our heads and just say, oh, you don't need that anymore in here. Or when there was nothing left to say, that life was just a little bit hard, she would just sit alongside you and grab your hand. And I remember having the privilege once in those first years that I came here at Living Well, that I saw her sitting at the back, quietly praying. Someone so modest, but speaking so loud just by her presence. And so we would love to remember Jean and the gardening team in the community gardens. Jean worked a lot, and the gardening team has decided to install a fountain in memory of Jean. And so we hope that in the near future, many of us, even if it is lockdown, can walk around the church and enjoy the simple fountain and the life that it shows as it showed through Jean. And I always have to think of that psalm that says, with you is the fountain of life. In your light, we see the light. And so when there was talk about this fountain in the community gardens, I looked up that psalm because I think the psalms are great just to find our own emotions written in prayer. And in the same psalm, it also says that all of us can find a shadow under your wings. And I think that was Jean all over. All of us could find a shelter in the way that she passed on such great love to everybody. And so we look forward to have a fountain in the community gardens, and please go and visit once it's there, because we just hope that it's a wonderful garden where we can share life, perhaps socially distanced, but also can find a rest there together. And it's such a beautiful place. So also watch that space, please. And now we're going to listen again to some music. It's the string trio by Haydn. Is that right? Yeah. Wonderful. Sally, I think you wanted to say something as well?
Yeah.
No? Because we have, sadly, one more piece to go. So.
Hi everyone, good evening, and thank you so much for joining us today, this evening at Holy Trinity. And thank you especially for those of you that stuck with us, even when we had a couple of glitches at the beginning. I'm really sorry these things happen. But it gave us an opportunity to play through the Mozart twice, and I know that Johnny was particularly fond of that. So thank you, Johnny. I'd like to say personal thanks to all my, I was going to say colleagues, but actually they're really all very good friends. So thank you, everybody. We all live fairly close to this church, all in South London. A couple of us in walking distance. And for me, it's been such a privilege actually to join in the activities here since the first lockdown. I've been coming along and playing outside whilst people come and experience and enjoy the food bank. It's really amazing what happens in this church. It's so inspiring, and I feel really pleased that we can give a little back to the community. We certainly have had quite an interesting few months as musicians. I'm sure everybody knows that the arts has been hugely impacted by the pandemic, and of course we're still struggling to get through and come out the other side. I think it's fair to say that all of our lives have changed very dramatically since March, and it's really lovely to be able to make some music together, but also to have a bit of time and space, weirdly, to think about what it means to us all to be musicians, and also to combine that with being in the community. Yeah, I feel really lucky to have these brilliant guys behind me, and I think that is all from me. Thank you so much. And if you would like to come back tomorrow, we'll try not to have any technical glitches, and we'll be online hopefully from 7 o'clock tomorrow evening with a different lineup of musicians. And if you'd like to look for more information, I will put all of the details that we have played tonight. I will put all of the composers and the pieces onto my own website, so you can view that on Sunday. It's classicalpopups.com, and you'll see it scrolling across your screen in an arty fashion at the end of this concert. So please click on the link, and thank you so much for your support. Thank you to the church. Thank you to everyone behind the scenes as well. And I think we're going to finish with a very beautiful piece. And it's from the film The Mission. It's by the composer Morricone, and it is very lovingly known as the theme Gabriel's Oboe. So thank you very much, and maybe see you tomorrow.
Sorry about the delay. I was taken out into another place with that piece of music. Absolutely amazing. Well done. What an amazing evening it has been. None of us could have imagined the impact of COVID-19. And yet, in all the pain and uncertainty, it's brought a group of very gifted professional musicians and living well community together. I feel we're learning a lot from this experience. And I want to say a very big thank you to the Classical Pop-Ups, and particularly to Sally. She's an amazing person. She's been such an inspiration on Fridays, coming along, faithfully playing her instrument out in all weathers and really encouraging people as they queue up at the food bank. And it's just been so amazing. You brought a richness to the community, Sally. So thank you so much. And thank you to all these amazing musicians. And thanks to Kirst too, our music director at Living Well. He's a great inspiration. He just plugs on and works so hard, and he's had this vision for these concerts. I hope this is going to be the first of many such concerts. So thank you, Kirst, so much for this evening. I'm sure everybody's applauding at home, but thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you for watching, for sticking with us. And it would be really great to see you also tomorrow. So thank you guys. And hope that we can do this soon again. And very soon is tomorrow, by the way. Yeah, so 7 o'clock, isn't it?
We'll see.
We hope so. Okay, see you then. Bye-bye.
We all play. Sorry, I missed a whole key. No, okay, please. I was like, yeah, keep it to anything you think. Anything nice.
Should we just stand there, make so the